Hey, and welcome to this jazz guitar lesson on the standard Just Friends. Just Friends was written in 1931 by John Klenner and Sam Lewis. Now, it's a jazz standard which doesn't start on the one chord. It goes chord 4 to minor 4, like After You've Gone and I'll See You in My Dreams does. So it's something which often catches people out. And in this lesson I'm going to show you the chord voicings you need, go through the form and dive into what's happening with the harmony. And before we get onto it, you can grab two PDFs from my website, the chord shapes and the chart, link in the description. So the chord shapes you're going to need for this: C major 7, C minor 7, F7, B flat minor 7, E flat 7, B minor 7, E minor 7, A7, A minor 7, D7, G major 7, G7, and D minor 7, and last one, G6. In terms of form, it's 32 bars divided in half, so A and B. So I'm going to take you through some steps I would take when looking at something like this. First thing, key signature. So 1 sharp. What key does that place us in? Key of G major with the expectation of the following chords: G major 7, A minor 7, B minor 7, C major 7, D7, E minor 7, F sharp minor 7 flat 5, G major 7. So if we go through, I've made all of the in-key chords blue, and you'll notice that we've got G major 7, A minor 7, B minor 7, C major 7, D minor 7 and E minor 7. So we've got a lot of in-key chords, and they've been analysed with the correct Roman numerals on there. The red ones, they're out of key, so they don't belong to the key of G, and there's a fair few of them, but we can still make sense of them. And how do you go about making sense of out of key chords? So we take a look for our chart for 2 5s, minor 7 to dominant 7ths. And there's a few. In that first line, C minor 7 to F7, that's a 2-5 in the key of B flat. Now, we can make sense of that. Why? Because if you ever see a dominant, a tone beneath the next chord, which is G major 7, chord 1, that's called the backdoor dominant. So there's many different ways you can get back to the 1 chord. You can use chord 5, so D7 in the key of G. You could use a tritone, so in the key of G, that would be A flat, so and the D7 would be. But another popular one is to use the dominant, a tone beneath, like that. So F7, which is a tone beneath G. And if you've not heard of the backdoor dominant, check out my video. I'll put a link in the description on that very topic. It's worth knowing about because it happens a lot. So what we've got here is chord 4, then a 2-5 in the key of B flat, but that's a backdoor dominant to G major 7. The other thing to point out really is you've got 4 going to 4 minor, which is a really common device of songwriters. It's got such a nice fall to it. It's a very emotional sound. So, I mean, to make it more obvious, if I go chord 1, so G, then chord 4, like that, you've heard that before. If I do it with kind of bar chords, you'll hear it more. Here we go. Many popular songs have used that sort of movement. So, you know, it's something we're used to hearing, but it's an interesting move. So that's the first example of the out of key chords. So you could look at that C minor 7 and F7 as either a 2-5 in the key of B flat, which doesn't resolve to B flat, or you can look at it as the backdoor dominant into G. And in the Roman numerals there in red, I put it as 4 minor and as the flat 7-7. So that's the, you know, normally the 7th note of G major is F sharp, which is why we describe that chord as flat 7, because it's built off a flat 7 in relation to the G. So on the second line, bar 5, we reach chord 1 finally, and I love the way the composer held back that chord till now. It makes it, you know, an interesting start. But the, you know, stability of that chord, of landing on that chord, is quickly withdrawn when we land on 2 out of key chords, 2-5 in the key of A flat, B flat minor 7 to E flat 7. Now, this also happens in Out of Nowhere, so check that one out if you've not done that. Why does this work? Well, the next two chords are A minor 7 to D7, which is the 2-5 in the key we're in, so they're both in key. Now, composers often use what's called the chromatic 2-5. So if you do a 2-5 here, you could do a 2-5 a semitone below or semitone up. You know, you can go all the way down the neck like this. I'm just going 2-5 chromatically like that. You hear some songs end like that, which is pretty cool. Django like that. Now, so that is pretty cool. It descends into that 2-5, and then we get B minor 7, which is in key, chord 3, and then we get E minor 7, which is chord 6. Now the next line, the last line of the A section, A7, is a secondary dominant. So the A chord that we get in the key of G is A minor 7. So why is this here? Well, it is actually the 5 of D, isn't it? And we're working our way to a D chord by going A7, back to our regular 2, A minor 7, and then, this is quite cool, D7 to D flat 7. Why to D flat 7? Our next chord is C major 7. So the D7 is in key, but we'd expect G next, so we'd expect that to go A7, A minor 7, D7, G. That would be all very well if the B section started on G, but as we know, the start of this song started on chord 4, C, so we need to be able to get back to C. So what's the dominant of C? G7. So it should be A7, A minor 7, D, G, C, like that. Also, that works. Why have we got D flat? D flat is the tritone of G7, so it's a sub, if you like. It may well be that the original chords, it was a G7 and people have later played it as a D flat 7, so you get the chromatic descent of D, D flat, C, which is cool. But so basically if you take a G note, or any note on the guitar, on the E string, then go a fret higher, string below, that is the tritone interval, devil's interval, so called. So if you've got a G7, build a dominant again off that interval, that's the tritone sub. So you can use that D flat 7 in place of G7, which is why it's there. And it does create a nice chord, da, 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 which works really well. So that's the A section. So a few chords in key, plenty out, but lots of lovely harmonic movements, which, when you realise, oh, that's a 2-5, you realise the structures that are there, the backdoor dominants, the tritones. Yes, it's a lot to get your head around, but it starts to make more sense. So the B section is pretty much the same as the A section. I mean, you could argue that it should just be, 2 A sections with a first time, second time bar, but anyway, I've organised it like that. So the last line goes A7, A minor 7, D7, G6, D minor 7, G7. So we've got some typical things happening here. That A7 again is a secondary dominant, so the dominant in key is D7, so it's out of key. And it wants to work its way to a D, which it does, going 2, 5 in the key of G, landing on the 1 chord, voices a G6 this time, and then the next 2 chords are out of key, D minor 7, G7, which I'm sure you'll have played a 2-5-1 in the key of C, because that's what that is, a 2-5-1. Why do we need it? Because if we want to start again and solo on it, we need to get back to a C. So this whole last line is all about working back to the key of C via that 2-5-1. This presents a problem if you're playing it with someone else and you want to finish it. You can't finish it on a C chord. You imagine going. It needs to finish on a G. So you need to make sure you finish it before you get to that last bar, otherwise you get stuck and go back around. The reason you've got to be careful there is if you played that D minor 7, G7 on the last time through, it's just going to have to go back to C, which, it wouldn't resolve correctly if you finished the song on chord 4, unless you wanted to do it for dramatic effect. So be careful, if you're playing it with someone live, you need to miss out that last bar and finish on the G. So takeaways from this. So when you're analysing the chords to a song, be on the hunt for 2-5s, 2-5-1s, because 2-5-1 doesn't always have to have the 1 chord that it normally goes to. It can just be 2 and 5. Tritones and backdoor dominants. All those sort of things are very common. And if you look through that, secondary dominants I should add that actually, they're all the main kind of out of key chords in this particular instance. And these movements happen again and again in other standards. You realise, that's the same thing that happened in Just Friends. Just like, that opening starting on chord 4 then going 4 minor. It's the same as After You've Gone and I'll See You in My Dreams, and many, many other songs. If you have any questions or comments on today's lesson, leave them below for me. If you're new here, please consider subscribing, hit that like button, joining me for jazz guitar lessons every Wednesday and Saturday. Don't forget to download the lesson materials from my website, link in the description. My next lesson will be on how to use modes over this track, so be sure to look out for my next upload. Until next time, see you then.